Do you feel frustrated trying to learn programming languages and you don't remember the code? Well, I'm going to show you how you can retain all that information a whole lot better right now. Let's get into it. All right, we back. Check this out. I got my notes here. That way I don't forget all the knowledge that I need to give you guys. This is how you're going to take your coding, as far as remembering the code, they say remembering it, to the next level. Don't try to remember it. This is how you do it. You make it a habit. You want to make coding a habit. So what you do is, first you want to make sure you're coding at least every day. It has to be at least every day. If you're new to coding, it's very vital for you to code every day because it's not in your long-term memory. It's not here in your bank. So what you want to do is first you learn a little bit and then you want to teach it back to yourself. I got my notes here so I don't forget anything. I want to give you guys all the tips that's pertaining to learning and remembering this stuff. So back in my time when I was trying to first start learning programming languages and stuff like that, I will learn and I'll just keep learning and I'll keep learning and keep learning and keep learning, but I'll never go and execute the code, or I'll never try to talk about it, or I'll never try to talk to someone about it. I just sit there and just watch a YouTube video. So you don't want to do that. You want to learn a little bit, enough where it's like a nice little chunk size that you feel comfortable with. And then right after that, you want to basically talk it back to yourself. Teach yourself. Walk through it like as though you're making a tutorial like this one. You're trying to tell someone that doesn't know what this code is how to do it. You know how some people like to say things out loud, because as you say things out loud, it's becoming more concrete, so to say. You can hear the things that you don't understand because you're gonna start to slow up, or you might not know what to say. So that's a part right there in that language that you really don't know as good as you thought you did. All right, and my second tip is this: code in blocks. Do not try to code a long time. It's gonna burn you out. You're gonna get tired. You're gonna be thinking that you're leveling up, or you're progressing, or you're just becoming this all-star developer. But you're really not. I'm letting you know that right now. You're really not. You want to code in blocks because you need to give your brain time to retain that information. Don't give it a whole chunk. It's like going to the gym and then you just start lifting up 100-pound weights. And you ain't never been to the gym in a day in your life, and you not even, built. So that's gonna be very difficult for you. What you wanna do is start light. Start in small blocks, maybe 15 minutes. Watch a coding video for 15 minutes, and then teach yourself the code back. As you keep growing every day, you'll know when you wanna keep going or increasing it. So maybe you might want to do this 15-minute blocks for like a week. Just watch 15-minute blocks of code and then just work on that. You see what I'm saying? So that'll help you a lot. That way your brain has time to put those chunks inside your brain. Your mental state is bringing it all in pieces. That way it'll be layers that it can go through and sift through if it needs to bring back all these code or these lines of code or methods or functions. All right, back again. Third tip. This is the third tip. Check this out. Record an audio or make a video explaining the code. The way you understand things is different from everyone else. Your brain connects to certain things a certain way. Your brain has certain references to certain things. So when people explain stuff to you, or if you make a video about something, when you watch that video, your brain is going to say, okay, what do we know already as the baseline that we can use to understand the new thing that we're trying to know? So when you create videos on what the old stuff that you learned and you listen to it or play it back, your brain is going to pick up on that and put that right back in your mental state. You're going to be like, oh, I know exactly what I was talking about during this time. It's like that. It's like almost like that song, your favorite song back in the day. you don't sing the song all the time, but as soon as the song comes on, instantly you know it word from word. Like, it's crazy. It's the same way I treat my code. I will record videos on certain key aspects that I felt that I was struggling in, because I knew I wasn't gonna keep that information in my head. So what I'll do is I'll record a video of the process of what I'm trying to do and how I did it. And then I'll listen to that video back, and somehow, some way, it starts to become more easier. I start to remember it like a whole lot better for the next day, and then the next day. And before you know it, it's common practice. It's not some eerie thing or something I can't really understand. It's way more easier to grasp because I myself is the one that talked about it back on the video, or I is the one that recorded it and listened to it back. So now I know exactly what I'm saying. So that's my third tip. My fourth tip and the last tip, the one that I always pass over time, is always the best route to go with, is writing it down. If you're watching a video, write the variables down, equals, function, blah, 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 blah. When you do this, your brain is physically it's like tuned in. Just write it down and then do it again. Write it down all over again. Then stop, look at it, write all of it all over again. It's gonna feel funny and strange because you're not gonna remember it right away. But after a couple times, your brain's gonna pick up certain patterns on how you write code. And once it picks up them patterns, then it's gonna start trying to remember the patterns, because it's like, all right, I know you're gonna do this again. Let's hurry up and let's start remembering this. Let's start storing it in your brain. I do this all the time. When I'm at my job, my 9-to-5 jobs, for you guys that's out here with these 9-to-5 jobs and you're coding on the side and you're trying to get into the industry, this is a game changer for me. I used to be on my job, I used to have a little small notebook. I'm dead serious. They'll see me out there writing. They be like, man, Kev, what you doing? I be like, oh, nothing. And I did that for a while, and I was really writing down the code because I used to have code in my head and I didn't want to forget it, so I kept thinking of it, So I started writing the stuff down to get it out my head. And as I kept writing it down, I started remembering it. And it was like to a point where I didn't need to write it down because I've written it down so many times and looked at it and just kept pondering on it and just talking about it and teaching myself about it. It just became part of me. I appreciate you guys, man, for watching this video. This has been awesome, man. I just wanted to start shooting videos to help people like myself that have 9-to-5 jobs, but you love coding. You really want to get in the field, but you know you got responsibilities. This job over here takes care of the responsibilities in the family, but at the same time, you really want to get in this career field, and you can't really make that big jump because of the responsibilities are up here. This is a way of helping you to shorten the time to become a developer. Certain tips are helpful to get you from A to B very easy.